I ran into a student today that I hadn't not seen in a while, and she said that she was going to church. And then I talked to her, and she said, "Well, maybe I'll come to your reading." And I said, "Well, I'll read a religious poem." And I do see her in the audience. It's called "Pray." Sir, please let me see some ID. Out of the fog, that voice I swear came out of nowhere. Let me see some form of identification, much louder and clear as that southern boy's accent. I heard the bullets that time. Lining up in the chamber, waiting for the choir to arrive. Somebody's going to church this Sunday morning. My wallet. Where's my wallet? What the fuck? Must have left it at home. It's not a fair, honest excuse when you look the way I look, wearing poet's pants and dead man's dead gray shirt from the goodwill industry of America. My hat certainly facing in the direction with no intentions of going. What about the man with the question mark eyes? All blue, to be true to the description, a blue blonde idiot wearing a black belt, decorated with a 9mm, silver bullets, shiny set of handcuffs, itching to slide or slip out from beneath what holds his little trailer park life together. The same no need to name thing that holds questions close to the mark. Before I go further, let me just say, I hate all policemen because all policemen are preachers and they're always trying to save somebody, people that look like me, exactly like me, a goatee and a see-through, I don't give a damn attitude. I don't have my ID is the first question that lingers thin in thin air. So I took out a copy of my poetry book, Hat Dancer Blue, showed him my name boldly written, Times New Roman font. I need a picture ID is the second question. Fuck you is the third question, and the final piece of jazz to this composition. The back cover, a photograph facing the same hat, the same indecisive way. Until that day, I did not know that. Turn around and face the wall, and one size fits all starts and ends with the same part of speech, a preposition with a barcode, decoded. Niggers don't write no books. Hold it up to the scanner if you don't believe me. A cup of coffee. The price is steep, but that's the price of forgetting how to verify yourself. 8 by 10 is bigger than I had imagined, and being locked up for absolutely nothing is normal. And as stupid as all this bullshit may sound, honestly, I had no fucking idea that sweet potatoes grow on trees. This next poem is called Zen. Next of kin, nobody, nothing of which to be written unto the walls of a room with no need of furniture at this time, empty like an empty box, the bad ending to a bad winter. Headlines, the same boy yesterday killed by the same bullet shot, not knowing the consequences of zero gravity. Me, us, strolling central, away from an angry park, with absolutely nothing on my mind, but absolutely nothing to speak of, but nothing. The answer is always in the question, but the question tonight is drunk. Broken hearts don't bleed. 7 weeks and 2 days and a question mark. Time does not know how to tell time. The continuity of being me. We lost what we refused to find. The finder and the keeper and the question mark. I kept the watch that you gave to me. Tonight I wear plaid, a shirt with pleats running down the long sleeves of finding someone else to love. This ain't no love story about no motorcycle, pay by the year, maintenance, upkeep plan. A torn heart rolls on, No need for speed or wheels. Life and love are not installment plans. We pay by the day. Both nothing but notes between notes of jazz, sweet as blue miles and just as deadly as paperback romance. Understanding cannot understand anything until it takes one step away from everything else and contemplates the aesthetic distance of forever. The fog of not forgetting can easily forget what cannot be loved, me. I said, I do, and you said, I don't like green tomatoes because they're green. The song was sad, and I danced anyway to the sounds of something I could not hear. Nothing inside of nothing is my attitude these days, and rain has always been a fallacy for me and my stubborn way of watching stages with no audience. How many times can a broken heart be broken by the same person? The answer is always in the question, but it's a chess game now, not checkers. And I move the when, the syntactical arrangements of when. It comes when it comes, it does what it does, it leaves when it leaves. Love always has a hole in it. Time cannot be cut with schoolgirl scissors. Regret is an ugly word. Patience promises only more waiting. Improvisation does not know how to think because it does not need to. And a closed curtain can only be opened. The last monologue is always the last monologue. Center stage, a chair, blue. A bed unmade with one pillow, a coffee table, a coffee cup, the dim yellow light of a breakfast at Tiffany lamp, stage right rear. Nothing, 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 nothing but a door. You go out and I'll come in. Zen. Thank you. Guess I don't need to tell anybody what I'm talking about, huh? This poem will tell you. It's called Left. If left is right in a dyslexic world, then down must be up as I get up from falling in love with the windy winter ways of a winter wind, picking up to a storm without wanting to try on these cowboy boots I can no longer bring myself to wear while sitting here in this quiet kitchen next to a window, perfect kitchen room window. Once there was a story, a long story, about the sweet saffron smell of yellow rice. A story of a stove in love with me and my simple way of turning knobs, turning wrong the right side, burning burning a pot instead of a pan. Just up and left. Just up and walked straight away from the way we used to laugh at Cary Grant. I can still hear forgetful mornings when over easy eggs simply forgot to turn over, and grits too forgot that it's only bits of what used to be corn. Where's that blender? What about Miss Sarah's mixer, the gift we were afraid to unwrap that Christmas it snowed? Can't find that stupid can opener. I need to open a newspaper to a page that's Sunday morning funny. Blondie and Dagwood and me and my promise to pray every day has been to say at most hard. 3 months seems exactly like 3 months. But evenings and early nights have been looking out for me, and my reward, I guess, for not trying too hard to cook without the way we used to laugh. Waterfalls now without leaving a stain on an unironed white shirt. I cry now only because I never cried as a child. I was a hard boy with a quiet walking Iroquois personality. I played baseball. I was center field. I was the catcher of long fly balls and shallow pop-outs to shallow left. As a kid, I was in love with the way a baseball cap fits. So evenly now in this walk-in closet that just walked up and left. Tall evening shoes, dressed up dresses, wool skirts, a box full of sweaters, Too much room left now for beaten down cowboy boots, one tennis shoe, a tennis racket, and a can of tennis balls. Did you take my British plaid flannel robe? Just up and left. I guess I must be crazy like a blue fox and a fool, walking this time in the rain with this umbrella closed. By this way, or maybe that way. Anyway, which way did that new golf umbrella that I just got go? Many nights now I fall asleep unaware that I've stopped dreaming. By the way, did you take the VCR remote by mistake? I need to watch an old black and white movie about Bogan, Lauren Bacall, and Katharine Hepburn. I need to smell some hot buttered popcorn. Or maybe I just need to fall asleep watching Rita Hayworth outdance Fred Astaire. What about the blue brandy glasses, and where is that other stupid box that we all kept our receipts in, and all those 10,000 other reasons for wanting sincerely I still believe to be madly in love? Now this is crazy. I can't even find a fucking paper clip to clip together just a couple of the ways I now feel. But anyway, or maybe I should say anyway, but I guess if left is right in a dyslexic world, then looking into the eyes of no visible moon at all, what does it mean? I'm looking into the unbearable brightness of being too close. Somebody's piano, I guess, will step in and sing pretty a beautiful song to me. Clouds, I guess, can never truly and really be in love with stars. Blocked out light is still light. I'll be all right tonight, I guess, up here on this bruised balcony, trying to figure out a name to name this story. Just up and left. No night flight plans, just a suitcase, taxi cab, airport. And me, I too am flying. My own private plane, my own 747 days of the week, sitting here looking out from this kitchen room window, flying into the scattered mindedness of clouds scattered high above the love of thorn bushes, the rose bushes we planted late last spring. Sitting here drawing with a yellow pencil, then painting yellow, sentimental puzzle pieces, deleting the way they struggle to fit. Sitting here, drinking black coffee, 3 cups too many, flying away just about as fast as not too fast at all, just up and left. Sitting here wearing my old Air Force blue cap, sitting right here in this tick-tock cockpit, planning, plotting, pulling, pushing a whole lot of different colored buttons, twisting and turning a whole lot of different colored knobs, sitting right here, dead reckoning, Amelia Earhart, flying blind, trying to figure out how to land this thing. This last poem probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you when I say last poem because, man. But anyway, this last poem is a poem about what we want most and what we fear most are always tangled up, at least for me. It's called Say. The price of love comes in 2 colors, but you can only pay for one. You don't believe me, do you? Okay. Let me try to explain. Say you meet this woman whose hair is not the color of the hair you're used to sleeping in. Say you know her, but it's been years ago now. Suppose she's Cassandra. You know Cassandra, the Greek mythological prophet who could not believe what she believed. And you cannot believe the 2 of you go out for dinner. Suppose you didn't intend to, but the waiter was kind and the wine decided to talk. Suppose you tell her that when you were a kid, you had a shoebox full of baseball cards. Suppose she listens. Say it's Friday night, about 6:30, and the world is rushing quickly the other way. You know, spinning backwards like that girl, Venus. Say some kind of jazz music is playing in the way the people move, crowded yet so carefully uncrowded. Say the restaurant is a restaurant for tourists, and the coffee and dessert sounds extra nice, and the waiter is still kind. And though the creme brulee doesn't say anything, you know how coffee can't be still or quiet. So the coffee tells you a story. Suppose she leans close to you and tells you why stars are shaped just like stars, and why clouds, she says, they don't really cover up anything. Suppose you listen. Say, by the time you ask yourself what happened, it has already been a wonderful evening, and it's completely dark by now, and you walk with her to her car. Say the walk is too short to think, and before you know it, you already know it, just like Cassandra. Say it feels like the first night of spring, and by the smell you can tell that it is you who just realized that even short winters are long. Say it's cold outside, yet the both of you are wearing winter boots. Say you fall eyes first into the way a simple dress fits. Still you measure the possibilities of magic. Still you listen, trying to hear cacophonies in the way she steps into the conversations, but none there to be heard. Say the walk light waits for the street corner to cross itself. Say the street light moon is the kind of moon foreign people fall in love with. Say your car wasn't parked far away either. Say it takes no time for a peach tree to fall, but you get up trying to suspend the ideas of disbelief. Now do you believe in the two-colored price of love? Now do you believe me? No, you still don't? Okay, let's try this. Say you're waiting somewhere, walking towards a place you've been before, but the ground seems wet, yet you remember no rain. Say afternoon is upon you before you notice a window of wind playing a wind instrument, a flute. Say that evening fell into being honest, warm for that time of year. Say that this time takes the time to listen. Now stay with me, my dear audience, here. Say you're still walking, and you stop just before the music stops. And while you're changing the CD that you've been playing for over a week now, then say you look down onto the ground, and right there looking up at nobody else in the whole wide world but you, the blue Hope diamond, shining like a Smithsonian Institute, right there next to an Arizona diamondback rattlesnake, also looking at nobody but you. To yourself, tell me, what would you say? No, tell me, what would you say? What would I say? I can untangle these stars, is what I would say. Thank you.